Hello my beautiful people, how are you all doing? Today I decided that we will do it's not going to be a tutorial or nothing per se, but I see a lot of people, oh my lord, my hair's crazy. I see a lot of people on Facebook sharing these posts that's got the different brushes, like makeup brushes and everything, and people are like, I don't know how to use this, I don't know how to do this. So I thought, since I've actually cleaned my brushes, that I would show all of y'all like the difference in all of them and everything. But now look, I'm no professional by any means. I just like to play with makeup. A lot of this that I've learned has been through trial and error or looking up hacks online and all this other stuff. So basically this will be makeup 101 with me. So if you want to learn what the different brushes are for and all that good stuff, well then stay tuned. So I guess the first thing we'll start off with is it's not really a brush thing, but it's showing you the difference in using an eyelid primer and not using one. Now it don't have to be specifically just a tube of stuff that says eyeshadow primer. It can be your foundation, it can be your concealer, it can just be anything that acts as a tacky base. So this is all I can reach for right now, but this is the Milani eyeshadow primer, and this works on all skin tones. So this is just what we have here. Now I'm gonna show you the difference that it really makes. I'm gonna just put a little bit on the top of my hand. A little goes a long way. I'm gonna just put this right here, and I'm gonna just rude. And I'm gonna just thin it out, like you can hardly even see it. So I'm gonna pick up the Androgyny palette. This is just one that I just picked up because it was easy to reach. So let's go in with a dark shade that you'll be able to see. So let's go in with Androgyny. Now, well, I guess we will talk about a brush here for a minute. This is just a Wet n Wild. This is just a flat brush. This is what you can call like a packer brush or just a flat brush. So I'm gonna go in Androgyny and I'm gonna show you what it looks like with and without primer. And also see how much is on that brush. Just tap off the excess so you don't have a lot of fallout. I'm not one that does my foundation before my eyes, but I know there's a lot of people that prefer doing their foundation and face makeup before you do your eyes. So anyways, here's where I put the primer down. So instead of just rubbing it on, we're just gonna pack it on there. It's kind of hard to do this while I'm see, even if it don't show a bunch of color at first, you still just pack it on. So this is after packing it on, and that's on the eyeshadow primer. Now we're gonna go in with right next to it where there's no primer at all, and I want you to just see the difference. I mean, see how sheer that goes on? I mean, it has nothing to go on to. Now I did build this one up, so let's give this one a shot and build it up, but it's not gonna be as intense. I probably patted 4 or 5 layers on here, which I mean is normal. Not every eyeshadow is just gonna stun you, you know. I'd rather have a pigment eyeshadow that you kind of have to build up versus where it's too much, even if you tap off the excess. So okay, I'm on my 3rd layer and we still hardly have anything. So alright, I did it the same way. I just packed it on, but this is without the primer and this is with the primer. So I mean, I don't know if you can really tell, my hand looks weird. So obviously this side takes the crown. Next, I'm gonna show you the right way. Well, you know what, there's really no wrong or right in makeup. You could do however the hell you want to do. You know, I'm just trying to give you some helpful hints that I wish I would have known back in the day. So with any shimmer shades, it's always better to either have a base like this before you apply it, or if you have any setting spray, it don't have to be no expensive setting spray. It can be the cheapest setting spray that the drugstore has, and it will still work. So I know it works with the Anastasia palette shimmers, and of course the Jeffree Star ones, but just about any of them. I know it works with the Morphe ones too, so I'm pretty sure any shimmer formula is gonna work the way that I'm fixing to show you. I gotta get up and get my setting spray. I forgot all my stuff is, I actually put it up, so 1 minute. The thing about shimmers is most of the time they will work with just your finger with no base, setting spray, or whatever. But I've noticed that if you want to give it the foil effect, it's better to use a setting spray. So I'm going to show you, this is just the Jackieainapalette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm going to go in with the I love the red one called Wigglies. I'm going to go in with this one. I'm going to do just a regular finger swatch. I'm going to do one with a brush, and then I'm going to do one with the setting spray and just show y'all the difference in these. So let me do my finger first. I'm just going to dip in there and just do a regular swatch. See, I mean, it is pretty on its own, but let's do it on top of a base. I'm gonna just take my Jeffree Star concealer that I use as a base sometimes. I'm not gonna put too much down, just a little bit. Let me find my blending dude and hopefully not get it on the other swatch I just did. Okay, now that I've got this dried down right here, I'm gonna go over it with the with a brush. So I'm actually gonna take this other packing brush right here. This is a BH Cosmetics number 7 brush, and I'm gonna just go in both sides of the brush coated and go over this. See, this way really don't work good, not when it's dry. See how patchy, excuse me, see how patchy it is? Now if you applied it with your finger, let's just do it with our finger again. Just put it over it like that. There we go. Much better. See how that worked much better? Now this last technique is my favorite one. I'm gonna go back in with that same brush and just kind of, oop. It's okay. So we're just gonna, it's personal preference. Some people spray their brush first, then dip in the pan. But me, I'm more of the, I'm gonna dip my brush in and get product on there first and then spray it. It's just, like I said, it's personal preference. So I'm gonna get a good bit on this brush right here. So here's the product on the brush. I don't know if you can see it. Focus, okay. I got it on both sides of the brush. Like I said, it doesn't have to be an expensive setting spray. It can be whatever. I noticed on accident too, one time I cleaned my brush off with a makeup wipe, and it had the brush wet, and it actually, I used a shimmer, and it actually freaking did it just as good as a setting spray. So I mean, if you don't have no setting spray, hey, you got a makeup wipe, hell, that'll work too. But anyways, it's on this brush, so you just spray it just one time. I used to not have it done right because I used to always mess up because I'd spray it too much. but I found just 2 little sprays, it'll be good. So watch this. Look at that full effect that it has. And then you just go back in and do it again. Look how beautiful and crooked. But I mean, like I said, it's really personal preference, but I prefer doing it that way. Oh, I've got to swatch this one. Or there's another way you can do it. You can take it on your finger, and then, I did this the other day, just spray your finger with it. And this is Dwala's. God, I can't see nothing. Let's see. Oh gosh, that is so freaking gorgeous. Okay, so there's that about the shimmers. On to the next one. People get confused about the many types of different blended brushes. Now, these aren't just Jeffree Star brushes. These are with any company. Anybody does it. These are just the ones that I happen to have next to me that I cleaned the other day. So, this is the JS5 brush. It's kind of wonky, but because it's a real haired brush, which I really don't care for, but you know, personal preference. But this one is more, it's fluffy, but it's not really stiff. Now the bigger brushes like this are good for buffing out your crease color, mainly like a transition color, which some people do a transition color, some people don't. So let's see. And now this blending brush, which is the Sigma E25 brush right next to this one, it's more, it's not as, you know, fluffy. It's more on the it's kind of smaller too, and you see how it has this little arch right here. This one doesn't. It just kind of goes just straight up. So I'll show you the difference in these. I actually like this one better, especially if you're trying to do a more precise right in the crease blend. So I'll show you on my hand. I don't feel like doing makeup, so because it's like almost, what time is it? It's 11 o'clock. So okay, I'm gonna go in with a darker color. We're gonna go in, I love this color right here, pinker. We'll go in with pinker, and I'll show you guys the difference in these. So, and look how much product is on there, and that's after. Okay, so say this is your crease right here. We'll just start blending. Let's see. Let me get some more product. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, so you'll blend. You see how it's a little bit on there? See how it is diffusing that color? Just the more you blend, it kind of makes it fade out into a gradient. You just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay, so now that it looks like I have a bruise on me, let's see what it looks like without the light shining on it. Oh, you really can't tell nothing. Okay, so now I'm going to go in that same color and do the exact same thing with this more tapered blending brush by Sigma. We're just going back in that pinker shade. See, you can see more of the color on this one versus when you first put it on with that other one. You know, it was already more blown out. So see this right here, and this is just one dip in the pan, y'all, and tapping the excess off. But you blend with this one. Just go back and forth. You can either do windshield wiper motions, you can just take your time and go from one corner to the other one. You can blend in circles, whatever you want to do. So that one right there is, you know, this one is for when you want to blow blow that color out. Like you'll go right in here and you just want to kind of make it a gradient and go up to here. And this one right here is more of just keeping it directly in your crease. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's the difference in these two. That one was the first one, and then this one was this brush. Okay. Here we have what they call a pencil brush. This is the BH Cosmetics number 10. I love this brush, especially for getting in your inner corner right here and for under right here, so it don't like pretty much poke your eyes out. And this is a really soft brush. These BH Cosmetic brushes, I got a set. It's like, I want to say 13, maybe 12, 13 for like 26 bucks. Most of the time they'll probably have them for sale on Black Friday. I got mine for like $20 not long ago. So what I like to do, like I said, with these is I'll put a color or two under my waterline right in here, so it really does have good color. Like it doesn't blend it out too much, you know. So I'm gonna show you on here. You know, it has a pretty good amount of color packed on there, and you know, if you want to blend it out, you can, but I mean, it's not really a blending brush. I just usually pack it on under my lid. Sometimes I don't like it too dark under there, so I will kind of smudge it out a little bit. So that's what that one's for. And then if you want to put a shimmer shade in your inner corner to highlight, that's what that's for too. Moving on. This is a flat angle brush, or the BH Cosmetics number 11 brush. You'll always see me do my eyeliner with this, my top liner, because it'll help you get your wing better. It'll help you line better, because I don't have one with me right now, because most liquid eyeliners, they're either the felt tip or they're ones that like they come off in a cap and it's like, it looks like a nail polish thing, and mama can't do that. So here's what I use. This is you've seen this in the other videos before if you've watched this, the Maybelline Eye Studio. It's the Blackest Black gel liner paint pot. I guess that's what they call it. I don't know. I'm just kind of going on a limb here. So as you can tell, it's been used a lot. But this right here, you know, just take it and just dip your brush in here. And what I like to do is, instead of just going directly out from using that, just get some of the excess, off on the side right there. And then, see, this just gives you more of a precise line, like that. That's how I always do my winged liner, usually. But here lately, I hadn't really been feeling the winged liner, because I've kind of been in a hurry, or I really like my makeup and I'm scared I'm gonna mess it up, so I just don't do it. And I mean, this is just one dip in a little pot, and I'm sitting here about doing a whole freaking line right here. So nothing really fancy, but you know, I mean, I'm pretty sure like Elf and Wet n Wild has every kind of brush like this, but sometimes it does pay to spend a little bit more money and get those other brush sets, especially the BH Cosmetics. I mean, they're really good, but I understand can't everybody, you know, afford to go out and get $20, $30, you know, eyeshadow brush sets. I'll get what I'm saying right eventually. Okay, so here's some more of the blending brushes that I forgot to go over a while ago. I don't really like the real haired ones, like this white one that I showed you earlier, because one, look how funky it is after you wash it and all that, and the hairs are really bad about coming out, because I mean, they're real hair. So these are synthetic. These two are the BH. This is the Jeffree Morphe one, and these pretty much do the exact same thing that this one did right here. But now, let's see, this one right here is more of how the Sigma brush did, like that. So if you want to blow it out, have that color turn from a gradient up to your brow, you use these brushes right here. If you want it more concentrated in your crease, you're going to use a smaller brush like this. Okay, now these right here, these are Jeffree's, and I had never really seen brushes like these until I got Jeffree's brush set. These are the JS12 and JS13, and I'm actually going to look up what these brushes are called because I really don't know, and I don't want to lie to you guys. So give me 1 second. Yes, that's a train in the background. My brother-in-law's putting a Christmas tree up, and he's got a train that's in the middle of the Christmas tree. It's gonna be so freaking cute. Come on, Wolfie. Okay, description. Here's the tea. It says, you're going to make them stop and stare with this eye brush collection from our fiercer than fierce babe, Jeffreestar. Everyone will be watching you and your perfectly blended eyes. Get to it. Okay, so let me find these brushes. Let's see. Which one? That's 10. I don't even know if I've got all of them out right now. I think I do. 9. 6. Where the? That's a 6 too. I don't think I have that one out. 5. That's a 12. That's a 13. Okay, so let me look at what the 12 and the 13 are. Okay. It says the 12, which is this little guy right here. Okay. Kit controlled precise blending into high gear with this taper brush. This babe is made small so you can buff and blend with the lightest, softest touch. Oh yes, mama. So you can use this to blend in here if you really want to get down and dirty with blending. But what I do is, most of the times when I do a look, I like a darker color on the outside right here to kind of make my eyes look bigger because I have like such small eyes. So what I'll do is I'll have my lid color on like right here, and then I'll go in with a darker color, and instead of just packing it on, I'll just tap on there like this with it and then kind of blend it up to the crease. Right about here's what I do with that. Actually, that's what I do with both of them. So let's see what the description says for this bad boy. This is the number 13, which is basically a mini version of that one. So this is a palm crease brush. Bold color and define lines in the crease, honey. We're here for it. This brush soft. Oh my God, I can't talk. This brush's soft dome point can totally make it happen and iconic. So there's that. Okay, what was this one? This was the JS8. Okay, so this one right here is the number 8. This is the sport mode blender brush. So this is just a tapered brush. Pretty much the same thing as these other ones, except it's bigger. So, all right, let me show you this one and then I'll read it. This is the number 10. Wait a minute. Okay, this is a Diva. There we go. Diva crease brush. Size matters more for babe. This one is just what you need to handle all the tiny details. Get to the point and cut the crease with precise lines, honey. We're already impressed. I actually use this to pack on colors on my lid, or you can use it to cut the crease. It don't matter, but I use it like this to like put shimmers or whatever on my lid. So really, like I always say, personal preference. So, and then we have another packing brush. This is like the one that I kind of like the or the one I had showed earlier from Wet n Wild, except it's kind of bigger. So let's see how this one works. We're gonna dip into Big Wig right here. Ooh. See, that's without primer. Ugh. Ooh, Fallout City. It's not too bad for without primer though. Ow. Like, this thing can be a weapon, dude. Alright, let's try it with the concealer down. My crappy little swatch. See, that looks so much better to me. I know some people don't really care, but there's some that do, you know? So, see how good that looks? It's not as patchy as this one right here. Alright, I'm just getting all my brushes dirty that I've cleaned, so that's pretty much a majority of my brushes. I don't really use face brushes. I don't really contour a lot or highlight or whatever, you know. I kind of got to be in my little mood to do that, but I mainly do the eyes. So that's pretty much it on all of that. Most of these brushes are just, you know, the same brushes, but, you know, like different brands or whatever. I have some Morphe brushes. I have the Morphe X Jeffreestar brushes. I have the BHcosmetics brushes. I only have one Sigma brush. So that's pretty much it on that. I mean, that's all I really know. So yeah, I got like a whole thing of them over here, but that, like I said, that's all there really is to it. Sometimes people try to make it seem like it's just so much to do, and you need to learn this, you need to do this. I mean, it don't. Look, if I can learn how to do makeup, I think anybody can learn how to do makeup. I mean, it's taken me a little bit, but I've got it pretty much. I mean, am I a beauty guru? No, I'm far from it. But I do think that my makeup skills have come a pretty long way since I started wearing makeup when I was like 12, 13 years old, which I'm not going to say how long that's been because I already feel old. So, but pretty much it. So the main things, guys, use a primer on your lid so those beautiful colors can come out. Use a good blending brush. I mean, BH Cosmetics, or anybody really, you don't have to buy a brush set. You can buy them separately. Get you a good brush and you will be blended to the makeup gods. And everybody will be like, ooh, who did your makeup? And be like, me. Oh, I'm cutting up. I'm tired. But I think that's pretty much it that I wanted to go over with you guys. For now, I'm going to be doing some more tutorials soon, so hang in there. I still have another video or two that I still need to edit because I've kind of been behind. You know how that goes. So if you guys just bear with me, please. I love you forever and a day. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope some of these tips will help you in the future. If you have any problems, any questions, anything, just message me or comment down below and I will try to help you with anything that I can. Okay? Alright guys, I'll see you next time. Bye. Now, oh God, that lasagna and garlic bread is working on me. I don't know where my makeup wipes are at. I think they're in my bag. Stay. Stay. Do y'all ever just talk to inanimate objects like they actually listen? I swear, one day if something talks back to me, I'm gonna lose my mind. Lord, excuse me. I'm gonna have to take some Tums. As soon as I told the camera bye, I dropped it. I wish I would have been recording, but I was just making sure that my camera's still okay. We're okay. See ya. Oh my God, Illuminati.